snap.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Youth Ministry Booster Podcast, but not just another one. This is our 10th anniversary episode. We did it, man. 10 years, baby. We're done after this, right? We're done?
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Have we fulfilled the good?
At this point, our moms have stopped listening.
Yeah, they have.
And so, really, what more do we
She still asks if I do that thing in the garage. Yeah.
That thing.
She's like, you could park a perfectly good car in that garage, but no.
Yeah, so 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
So if you're not an original listener,
right.
Which, by the way, we were not the Youth Ministry Booster Podcast back then.
We were not. So you're going to be hard-pressed to go find the original episodes. They may be under different titles. The original podcast 10 years ago started with the name
After Nine.
Why was it called After Nine, Chad?
Yeah, so Zach and myself were doing training in Oklahoma at that time.
Yep.
We were continuing to run into, rural youth ministers, bivocational youth ministers, and we were doing trainings on how to recruit volunteers and have better small groups and that kind of stuff.
What curriculum can help you?
And at that time it was, you and I met, and I was like, Zach, it feels
because we had a chain of 4 weeks in a row where we were being sent out. So we love our Oklahoma friends. We are honored and always thankful for the ask to be a part of what they were doing. But they were sent out 4 Saturdays or something in a row.
Yep.
So our commitment was, let's check in with each other and do coffees on Thursday or Friday before we go out, just trying to learn and grow. Hey, how did it go? What did you learn? And over those course of coffees, we were like, man, we are hearing them talk about that. Yeah, the volunteer and the curriculum thing is a nice conversation, but I need some friends.
Right. You and I had...
I feel alone.
We had ourselves, and then we also had other youth ministers in our towns because they were a little bit larger.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to basically... At first it was how do we connect these people to where they have community with each other?
Yeah.
We didn't, at that point, really think as broad as we have now. And so it was well, let's at least be a positive voice for them once a week.
Yeah.
And so really, we started off just trying to create a listening exercise with youth ministers in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And so 9:00 on Wednesday night
was prime time for a youth minister to be deep in their feelings, either positive or negative. That on riding high or riding low after a midweek seemed to be a truism for a lot of youth ministry folks. So at 9 p.m. Central, we wanted to be the voice in the car as they were driving home, getting to their house, maybe in the drive-thru at Taco Bell, helping them make better choices.
Yeah, because back then we used to talk a little bit about the drive-thru at Taco Bell on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Because if you're a youth minister and you had a good night, right, you go to Taco Bell as this
Victory lap. Chalupa spike, baby.
Yeah. It was
boom.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
We're super pumped about it. But
go ahead and make that one supreme. Yeah.
There's also a sad Taco Bell.
There is a sad Taco Bell.
And it's why?
That's the Gordita Crunch. I just need the mouthfeel and the noise. I need a quesadilla and a Gordita Crunch because I'm going to drown these feelings in a Mexican pizza. Yeah.
Okay, for a moment, we're going to sidetrack because this is an important conversation. The chalupa is the victory.
Chalupa is the victory lap.
And you're saying what is
Gordita Crunch is the sad.
Man,
sad
I feel
Gordita
pretty
Crunch.
happy if I'm getting a Gordita Crunch.
Okay, maybe that's just for me. Personal choices.
I feel like those pinto beans.
Bean and cheddar, dude. Bean and cheese burrito because it's real cheap and it's got high calorie density for low cost.
I'm not talking about the burrito.
Cup of beans?
I'm talking, that is the saddest
buddy,
Taco
no,
Bell
that's
meal.
not sad. That's hey, man, that's I don't got the scratch to make the bills this week, Taco Bell. That's college Taco Bell. These guys are still employed. Youth pastors are still employed. They're just sad. Yeah.
If you're eating beans out of a cup in a drive-thru.
If you've got fast food cup beans, brother, reach out. We got a phone number that's 1-800-LIFEWAY, LIFEWAY, and we'll figure out why you need a little more help in your life.
You have to stop. I'm going to get so many emails from our customer support team going, why are middle-aged men
calling. Dude, cheddar on pinto beans. Absolutely, yeah. Well, because you can get a side of nachos. That's a cup and cheese, and you can dip those beans, add that cheese. We're making a value meal out of the value menu. Absolutely, so.
All right, so basically that's why we started, because we felt like that was the conversation right there that youth ministers needed to hear.
Well, it was representative of a lot of youth ministers were living week to week.
Okay.
If a Wednesday was good, they felt good about what they did. If a Wednesday was bad, they wanted to quit on Thursday. And we wanted to be the voice to help bridge between, because there was a lot of other conversations. There were blogs that were going out, books being published. At the time, there was only a couple different podcasts, because podcasting technology and podcasting platforms were pretty restrictive. I think at the time it was like us and Jody and a couple others.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like the leading edge of like a youth ministry specific podcast that wasn't just tips. Like a lot of folks had kind of converted their blog into a podcast forum. We were having the conversations about like, don't give up yet.
Yeah.
Don't lose your witness because the mom got mad at you about something you were unaware of. And it was just a lot of those like emotive, interior, felt things that for those that are in this community of calling that we all share to help kind of bolster and encourage and support. It was the friend conversations we were having over coffee that we wanted to have with that imaginary third person listener to have in the car with them to kind of build them up.
Yeah. Well, and from the very beginning, always one of our kind of key elements of Youth Ministry Booster in general is we believe that one of the key ingredients for a healthy student ministry is a healthy student minister.
That's right.
And so not only do we want to provide, hopefully, solid advice, great tips on student ministry, but it all comes back down to even those emotions and even spiritual well-being.
Love, support, and pray for.
How are we doing in the midst of trying to grow student ministry and train volunteers and all of those kind of things? Because it affects us.
Yeah.
We're not this like isolated vacuum of leadership.
Yeah.
Like
You're not a widget in the ministry machine.
Correct.
You're a person with feelings and devotion and relationships. And if you're off center, off kilter, it's really hard to steer the ship rightly if you're not in a good spot yourself.
So one of the things that we wanted to talk about, we're here at Etch, by the way.
Yeah.
So the different.
This is Zach's garage got tall. We're with our buddy Donnie today too. Come on, Donnie. Yeah, come on. Yes, sir.
We are recording before the conference starts on the Tuesday morning. So
that's right.
There is not a crowd here. It's not like live crowd. We have Donnie, which that's really
all the crowd we need. That's right. That's right.
But so one of the things that we wanted to talk about today specifically, even as we celebrate 10 years, is the importance of celebration.
Celebration, milestone markers in ministry, both for you, the minister. And I want you to hear me say that like you need some of these for yourself first and foremost. We talk about Etch a lot because Etch was kind of our first event as we joined the Lifeway team. That was a kind of hallmark key moment in that way. But one of the things that we'll dig into here in just a few minutes are the milestone markers for your teenagers. I mean, the teen life is filled with some of the obvious ones, literally turning 13 as a teen, and then whenever they're maybe moving from middle school to high school is a key transition moment. Maybe, getting the car keys is another moment, whether that happens at 16 or 18, and then ultimately graduating. There's some like defining moments in this, and I think we have to see those as opportunities to come alongside with some spiritual markers as well. So we're going to talk about milestones and celebrations a little bit today.
Let's talk about, I want to know though from you, when we think about celebration, because celebration is not a new thing that I would say is in the like vernacular of a lot of, communicators of speaking to student ministers of like, hey, make sure to celebrate. How do you think people are celebrating incorrectly?
Okay.
Or like, what are...
Celebrating. So number one, I think people are celebrating too quietly. I have been alongside too many church leaders. Well, they'll have like a big hullabaloo of a fall fest, and it will be the staff meeting on the Tuesday after the event on a Saturday and Sunday. And it was like, hey, everybody, fall fest. Good job.
Yeah.
And it's like the applause goes to like a circle of 10 people instead of it being like, man, treat the celebration of the thing with half as much energy. Like folks will go to camp and get back and like send a really long thankful email, which is good. Like you need to thank people by name, share some stories. But where's not just the pre-party that gets everybody signed up for camp, but the post-party of like, guys, that was awesome. Like where is not just for those that went, but for those that made it happen. I think celebrating too quietly is something that we can probably course correct.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think probably some of it just comes down to like you're tired, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, sure,
you're done with the thing.
You put everything into it, absolutely.
And now it's like, well, we got to move on to kind of the next thing.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits that you see of places that celebrate well.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits? And then I want us to talk really like ground level for somebody that's like, oh, I'm kind of tracking
That
what
word
they're talking
again.
about.
We talk a lot about
Like,
how words get
right.
filled up like envelopes. We need to break them down. So literally talking yesterday here at Etch with a new buddy Tyler about team is growing. I'm adding more leaders, and some of the encouragement that we went back and forth about was, man, when you only have a couple leaders, it's easy to have like a coffee or a meal and be like, man, thank you guys for helping in youth stuff. When you have 10, 12 leaders, that's almost like event level prep. And so we talked about when the growing ministry happens, it's not to outgrow what you do for the students, outgrow the ways in which you celebrate, train, and encourage leaders. So like that was kind of our joke with him yesterday, is like whether it's like 1 to 2, 1 to 3, if you're doing 3 big things for the students in your ministry, you should have at least one thing going on that's for the adult leaders that make it happen.
Yeah.
Like they take the students bowling, we had D Now, but where's the like laser tag and pizza night for all the leaders and their spouses?
Yeah.
Because like that's, I mean, yes, it's so fun to take kids to laser tag, but some of the best experiences have been like the big dinners, the bowling nights, even just like ice cream together with like all the folks that volunteer and make the ministry happen, because they're fun people. They like being around teenagers, and what's even more fun than that is being fun people without the responsibility of keeping up with all the teenagers.
Well, back in my day,
Oh, wow.
One of the things that we would do
Radio?
radio. We'd gather around the old VHS tape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, for us, and I wouldn't have called it celebration, but I think it's really what it was.
Yeah. Fellowship. Or,
For our volunteer leaders, and I think I've told this story on here, but for us it was
B-dubs.
it
Yeah,
was
come on.
Wednesday night. We had
Wing
a bunch.
night, yeah.
We had a bunch of college students as volunteer leaders, and so Wednesday night, after all the student stuff was done, there was Buffalo Wild Wings not too far from our church.
Open invite, right? I mean, it was like youth group after dark. Yeah. It was literally your after 9. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to come, but it was like, we're going to be there.
You're welcome.
They used to, so on Wednesday nights.
Oh, this is going to
free,
date you. Yeah.
This is free advertising for B-dubs.
Yeah.
That's, I think, struggling right now, if we're going to be honest. Wednesday night.
Bone in, bone out, brother.
They used to do 50-cent legs.
Oh, okay.
Most people didn't even know they did legs.
Yeah, wow.
Or
could get them for 50 cents.
50 cents.
Well, you could pay for dinner with loose change.
$3.
Come on, yeah.
$3 gives you 6 legs.
Yeah,
and let me just tell you.
Your laundry money could be B-dubs money. Let's go.
When you roll up and you're like, I'm going to be buying legs for all these people.
For all these people?
Yeah,
golly, just a roll of quarters. Amazing. But I mean, that's it though, right? It's one of those, like, in the same way that teenagers, like, dude, a pizza, a switch, a circle up, a conversation is kind of the core principles of it. That meal together in community is what they're looking for. Like a lot of folks that, we've said this before, let's say it one more time clearly on this anniversary. The first yes that a volunteer says to youth ministry isn't to the work, but it's the person that asked them to help, which is you. And if you give away the time that they could have with you, you're giving away their first yes. It's going to change, and hopefully they grow and they learn to love it, and the student connection or the stories of transformation keep them grounded to it. But you're the one that asked, and they said yes to you. And so in so many ways, that foster relationship that they have with you, the trust, the leadership, the wisdom, the opportunity, rest on what they have with you.
Okay, so primarily we've been thinking about how it affects your volunteer leaders.
Yeah.
What do you think celebration does for the heart of the youth minister? And what does a lack of celebration do for the heart of the youth minister?
Yeah. The lack means that you're not training yourself to listen to what's going on beyond what you can see. One of the things that celebration should create is a chance to hear from other people. Now, I know that some folks, when they plan celebration, it does feel like one more event that they're directing, they're planning, they're coming up with stuff. But some of those key moments should be the collection of what's happening in our ministry, for good or for bad, hopefully more good than bad, that can be retold to others.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees it from their perspective, even you. Like, you aren't in every group. You aren't in every conversation. And when some folks stand up to share the ways in which this moment blessed them, or the change in the life of this teenager was awesome or exciting, you need to actually listen, hear it, feel it, because you're caught up in the doing and you're missing some of the being and the happening.
I think we grow deaf of looking for positive.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
you got to retrain yourself. Like, and again, so yes, some seasons are harder than others, but there is something good happening. And we're not trying to sugarcoat or glaze or spin, but something good is happening. And what you celebrate often defines what people emulate. And if all the stories are discipline behavior issues or lack of engagement or talking during sermons, even if it's just two kids, two girls, freshmen, taking notes with their zebra midliners against the audience of middle school boys that are disconnected, like, you have to lift up the good. You have to celebrate and see the good amidst the bad, because in some ways that's what joy is, is finding it against the grain of the trend, to create the opportunity for others to see the value of it.
What's a celebration for you right now in your life?
For me in my life right now, so right now, we've talked about it before. Shout out to my J-High boys. My co-leader, they know.
I feel like you bark at a lot of students.
They get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's their thing. The co-leader in my J-High group is a young man that I've known since he was a little kid. So he's awesome young man, has grown up, graduated, went and played soccer abroad in Europe, has come back, has taken a job to his home church, and him and his old youth pastor are the co-leaders for the J-High guys, because I've got a 5th grader, and he was asked to help out there, and he found out we got to work together, and it's been a dream.
That's
been
cool.
a dream.
Yeah,
but it took a long time to get there, right? Yeah, that wasn't like an overnight thing. So now when all these 5th grade boys are like, why do we have to listen to you? And Gunner's like, because one day you could be me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For us, just in our church, it's just a sweet time. There's, you know, when you
have you talked about the roles you've taken on? Like, you're like a fully committed church member now.
Oh, dude.
You went from minister on staff to, like, you're about to be a chair of a committee.
Nope, not doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are leading the college group. The next stop for you is in one of the key committees.
There's a group of other, like, adults that are right around our age.
Yeah.
That we've just really started to get connected with really well. And we had a bunch of people over at our house the other night, which just feels right.
Yeah.
I made some great pork carnita tacos.
Smoking the meats, hanging out.
We had 17 people at our house.
Yeah.
It was a little chaotic. But it was so much fun. It
was the best kind of chaos, right?
Oh, 100%.
The best kind of chaos, yeah.
Kids are they're getting into every closet we have. Our house.
That one middle school son is like just taking over your Xbox and changed all your profiles.
Yeah. He did bring my KD down a little bit.
Sorry, yeah. Shout out to you, X-Lord74.
No, but man, just hanging out. Yeah, it got to the end of the night. It was that sweet moment when you know it went well.
Yeah.
When everybody's just hanging around, and it's like there's just constant talking.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, "Oh, we got to get kids in
it's
bed."
late.
Yeah. You know? And so that was just really, really fun.
And again, it's one more thing, right? It's one more thing on a weekend night, and you can't do it all the time. But to not have those little moments to look back and just be like, man, this is the sweetness, right? And I think that's my encouragement is if your schedule's so busy that you couldn't even imagine this, imagine less of what you have planned. We are going to say it a lot today at Etch, and if you're at some of the breakouts hearing this, hopefully you're hearing it as a reminder. Every family in your church is already busy. So if your plan was to offer more, it's not going to work. Nobody has more time, but what people are really hungry for is making meaning out of the time that they have.
I just want to remind you guys, thank you guys so much for being with us in this journey.
This has meant a lot. Yeah,
this has meant
a lot.
A whole lot to us. And the fact that we get to celebrate with you guys and with this incredible team is something that we could have never dreamed about 10 years ago when I said, all right, I'm going to do this for 6 months.
Yeah. Every Friday, drive to your house.
And record.
Sorry, fool's wisdom. He's like, I'll drive to your house. You edit the podcast. I was like, I don't know how to do that. And you're like, well, you can figure it out while I'm driving.
Sometimes you learn on the road.
Sometimes you learn on the way. Yeah. That was the deal. I'll drive, you edit. Yeah. Bet.
That's awesome. Hey, thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching.
At least 6 months, 6 months more, 10 more years. What do we say? How many more?
I'm constantly just giving you 6 months more.
6 months. All right. We'll re-up in 6 months and see where we're at. Until then, we'll see you next week.